Hello guys, and welcome back once again to the Asian channel. And today we are going to talk about... On June 23rd, Russia has confirmed the official start of serial production of the Oreshnik intermediate-range ballistic missile. The announcement was made by President Vladimir Putin himself. The fact that Russia is not hiding the start of mass production of the very secretive Oreshnik intermediate-range ballistic missile, it means they want the world to know about it, and clearly it's an intimidation message to the West as well. The development of the Oreshnik intermediate-range ballistic missile was shrouded in mystery for many years, as Russia considered it as one of their top-secret weapon in development. And most of the world only get to know this missile when they first used it in Ukraine. And then the world also realized immediately how scary this missile was. Russia first used and test-fired the missile in Ukraine on November last year. A strong response after the U.S. finally allowed Ukraine to use the 8-cams missile into Russian territory. We even have video footage of the missile hitting a military-industrial facility in Dnipro, eastern Ukraine. In the video, the Oreshnik intermediate-range ballistic missile pierced through the Patriot missile air defense system like hot knife through butter. They might have a better chance if they're using the Arrow 3, the THAAD, or the SM-3 from Aegis. Not a guarantee interception though, but it has a better chance than the Patriot. But something Ukraine doesn't have. So the quick serial production was not surprising. Russia was pleased with its performance, and it's only a matter of time they enter serial mass production. The Oreshnik is just one of the many ballistic missiles in Russia's inventory that could carry nuclear and conventional warhead, and potentially pierce through the Western air defense system. Of course, they have the liquid fuel RS-28 Sarmat, often referred to as Satan II. It has a range of 18,000 kilometers, a top speed of Mach 27 or 33,000 kilometers per hour, and it can carry 10 tons of payload capacity and carry the 10 to 15 multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicle or MIRV. The RS-28 could carry the Avangard hypersonic vehicle, and also the 10,000-kilometer range UR-100 UTTKH could also carry the Avangard hypersonic vehicle. They also still have the older RS-24 Yars. Even though it doesn't carry the Avangard hypersonic vehicle, it still is a very capable and long-range ballistic missile with a maximum range of 11,000 kilometers and a top speed of Mach 25 or 30,300 kilometers per hour. And then, they also have the air-launched Kinzhal hypersonic missile, the ship-launched Zircon hypersonic missiles, and the submarine-launched RSM-56 Bulava ballistic missile with a maximum range of 8,300 kilometers, and it can carry 6 to 10 multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicles. The Oreshnik is additional firepower to Russia's ballistic and hypersonic missile in service. The Oreshnik is an intermediate-range ballistic missile with a maximum range of 5,500 kilometers, a top speed of Mach 10 or 12,300 kilometers per hour, and it can carry 6 conventional or nuclear warhead. Each Oreshnik missile has an estimated cost of around $2 million each. The missile is manufactured by Moscow Institute of Thermal Technology. Russia even confirmed that they would deploy a nuclear missile like the Oreshnik and Iskander-M to Belarus, making the entire Europe within range of the Oreshnik intermediate-range ballistic missiles. And if Russia deploys them in Russian bases in Ratmanov Island near the U.S. or the Anadyr Air Base in Chukotka Autonomous Region, then it could put majority of U.S. mainland within its range. Russia claims that the Oreshnik was developed after the U.S. pulled out of the 1987 Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces or INF Treaty in 2019 that prohibited both the United States and the Soviet Union from developing nuclear and conventional ground-launched ballistic and cruise missiles with ranges of 500 to 5,500 kilometers. Because this missile is so dangerous because they're cheaper to produce compared to the very expensive and long-range intercontinental ballistic missile like the RS-28. Medium-range ballistic missiles are very dangerous because they're harder to spot and easier to move near the border of enemy country, and they're also cheaper to produce. Unlike Russia's very large mobile RS-28 Sarmat ballistic missile. While the U.S. doesn't mobilize nuclear truck launchers like Russia and China, Their long-range intercontinental ballistic missile are missiles launched from land-based silos in North Dakota, Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, and Nebraska. For mobile capability to launch nuclear missiles, the U.S. used long-range aircraft bombers like the B-2 and B-52, or their sea-based nuclear ballistic missile launch from their nuclear ballistic missile submarines. Immediately, President Vladimir Zelensky of Ukraine called his Western allies on a press briefing on June 20th that sanctions are urgently needed to stop Russia. According to him, 39 Russian defense companies were involved in the production, and 21 of which are not currently under sanctions. According to him, they received all the parts and components for the Oreshnik that they needed, and if without these parts, there will be no Oreshnik.